Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, smaller MLB card. I believe we have 9 games in the MLB, at least 9 lines in the MLB. And then we do have Thursday night football to go over as well. We will be touching on Thursday night football. Thursday night football first, words, and then we'll go into the baseball slate there. But we'll quickly recap yesterday. One went right, one went wrong. Had 10 plays. 9 of them actually started. Seattle -1. Nice little winner to start the day there. Milwaukee, Pittsburgh over 7.5 was poor. That game finished 2-1 there. KC, Washington under 7.5 finished 3-0. Mets money line got postponed. I kind of expected that though, but it helped a little bit towards my rollover for Bovada, so that worked. LA Angels money line was a loser as the White Sox refuse to lose their 121st game. Minnesota Twins -1, never in doubt there, and the over 8.5. I saw that game was 3-0 in the first 10, and I actually grabbed +2.5 live and +160 live, so that was a really nice game for me there when the Twins came all the way back and blew them out basically. Arizona Diamondbacks run line, the cash cow comes in. Unfortunately, lost with the last 2 plays of the night with Oakland and San Diego. So it ended up being a 5-4 day for me, up 0.37 units. Still profitable, which I believe that is, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday. Monday was a losing day, but Tuesday and Wednesday were winning days. So. And I think previous to that, because Monday was only 2 plays for me. I had a winning Sunday, a winning Saturday, and a winning Friday as well. So I've had a nice little run here, and I believe a winning Thursday before that. So I've only had 1 losing day the last week, and it was a day I had 2 plays on. So it's been a solid last week. Hopefully that continues here.
Yeah, good day for me as well. Started off with the Seattle Mariners on the run line. That was nice, +131. I felt like Tampa, that line was a little weird. Turns out it wasn't. Baltimore Orioles continue to stay alive for the division. They're not going to win the division, but the Yankees have not clinched yet. The Mets game got rained out along with today's Mets game. I think we'll end up talking about that in a little bit. Minnesota run line never in doubt. They totally weren't down. It wasn't 3-3 in the 7th. The game ended up finishing 8-3. I wish I knew about the cash cow beforehand, Nick, because I had the San Francisco Giants before I knew it was. So that was a loser, and I had the Oakland Athletics, which was also a loser. To the WNBA playoffs, Fever +7, won by a point, and the over 161. In the Lynx game, nice and easy. Finished at 181 points. So ended up being a nice day for me as I continue to slowly dig myself out of the massive hole that I set myself on CapperTek with. Which at one point, I'll be honest, I was down 52. Now I'm only down 20. So on my way back. And it was like 2 days that kind of just tanked me. But we're on our way back, Nick.
There you go.
I'll let you say hi to the chat because the first comment is for you, Nick.
Yeah. I saw. Yes, I know. The Dodgers barely squeaked out a win last night. Cool. Yes, the Dodgers barely squeaked out a win in a game they trailed multiple times in. So, cool. Is Ohtani a switch hitter? No. He's only lefty. Yes, we're Mariners 2.5, 3.5. There you go. Thanks for the A's plays, guys. Cost me my last legger and a 17 parlay. Cool. I'm right back on the A's today. It's the last game in Oakland. 446 bet right back on the A's. Both the Earls like the A's. How come it wasn't on the site?
Because I looked back. I had it all typed in. Never pressed submit.
Oh, good job. That's why we only had 2 plays.
On the site last day, we had 4 plays.
2 baseball?
2 baseball, 2 WNBA. We went 4 on the site.
My bad. When I said 2 plays, I'm looking at what I had to adjust for baseball record this
Correct. Yeah. No, I got you.
WNBA playoffs. Yeah. It is what it is. We will get into some football, though.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Dallas Cowboys heading to New York to take on the Giants. Total 45.5 in this game. We have this line opened up. The look-ahead line for this, let's start with that. The look-ahead line for this game was Dallas minus 6.5. The games were played. It reopened up on Sunday night at a 5.5. Immediately went down to 4.5, back to a 5, 4.5, 5.5, now up to a 6. So this line's really bounced around, and it's moved, and now it's Dallas minus 6. Look-ahead line for this one was 44. The line reopened up at 44. It's now 45.5. So we do have a move towards the over here as well. 66% of the tickets and 53% of the cash is on the over. Not an overly public over. And the line moving towards it. So they're respecting that type of money. They're respecting money on the over here in this game. 88% of the tickets and 90. No, that's the money line. I apologize. 82% of the tickets and 75% of the cash is on the Cowboys in this game. So the public on the Cowboys, which no surprise, it's the Dallas Cowboys. They always get the money. It's like the Lakers. It's like Alabama. The Cowboys will always get the money. And when we look at these two teams, both these teams entering with the same record heading into a Week 4 game. Both are 1-2. Both are 1-2 against the number. Cowboys have gone over the total in all 3 of their games so far. They win 33-17 against the Cleveland Browns. They follow that up by getting lit up and torched against the New Orleans Saints, 44-19. How do they bounce back in that game? With a 28-25 loss where that score looks generous.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys outscore the Baltimore Ravens 19-0 and almost pull off the full-on comeback. On the other side, the New York Giants, they started off their season with the 28-6 loss against the Minnesota Vikings. Not a good loss, but week after week, it's looking like a better loss. They lose 21-18 against the Washington Commanders, which should have been a win if they had a place kicker in that game. We could be easily looking at a 2-1 Giants team at this point. Easily. Because they win 21-15 against the Cleveland Browns last week. They did start that game. It was 21-7 at halftime. They didn't score a single point in the second half. That was a little bit concerning there. But Malik Neighbors looked absolutely awesome with 2 touchdowns in that game from Daniel Jones. And for me in this game, one thing we have seen is this Giants offense improve week after week. 6 points against the Vikings, then they 18 against the Commanders, and 21 against the Browns. I think they could put up points in this game. And this Cowboys defense does not scare me. Yeah, they gave up 17 to the Cleveland Browns. Most of those were in garbage time. They gave up a touchdown with 30 seconds left in that game. And then you look at what the Browns have done so far this year, and their offense has been basically nothing. They gave up 44 to the New Orleans Saints, and they gave up 28 to the Baltimore Ravens in that one there. And for me, I got involved at 45. I took this game over the total. I have the over 45 in this game. At the number, I lean Giants. I think this is too many points for this Cowboys team to be laying at the moment. I was lower on the Cowboys heading into this year than most, because I know a lot of people will look at them. They just won the division last year. They looked good last year. And I was not as much of a believer in this team. Also, you got to keep in mind, granted, we're 3 games in, but this defense is dead last in rushing yards allowed, and they're 30th in points allowed. Granted, that's kind of ballooned by the 44-point performance by the Saints, but still, this Cowboys team struggles to stop the run. think Devin Singletary can have a decent game in this one as well. If you guys are into props, I would look towards Devin Singletary of the New York Giants, who looked pretty good last week against the Browns. I think this game is an over game. I got it at 45. I would advocate for it up to a 46, 46 and a half. I think there's at least 47 points in this game. That's where I'm looking in this game. I got the over.
I took the Cowboys. I just see this one as a good bounce back spot for him. Now, what do we see if what do you think the line is, Nick, if, say, the Dallas Cowboys won last week or if the Giants lost last week? Say if the Giants get blown out by
7?
Cleveland Browns or lose to Cleveland Browns, this is north of 7.
Maybe north of 7 being 7.5.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's over a touchdown. But because the Giants win last week, Cowboys lose, all of a sudden it's down to a 5.5, 6.
Well, the look-ahead line was 6.5. Keep that in mind as well.
Look-ahead spot exactly, and then it went down to 5.5, 6 area,
and it's come back up to a 6
because a lot of recency biased. I think this game's a blowout. Everybody saw the Giants' big win last week. And yes, it was a big win on the road in Cleveland, 6.5 point dog. Yeah, that's a pretty nice win. And then the Dallas Cowboys, you mentioned it, they lost to the Ravens, which that score is a lot more flattering. I'm taking the Cowboys here. I got them at minus 5.5, 6 tag.
Yeah, you're saying everybody saw the Giants. Everybody's going to 82% of the tickets and 75% of cash on the Dallas spread, though. Like, you can't be like, oh, I'm on an island on the Cowboys here. You're not.
I'm not on an island. I'm just seeing what I saw, and I know your ticket numbers and everything, but I still think the Cowboys win this one going away.
I don't. I think the Giants are more alive to win this game outright than the Cowboys by double digits.
I don't know about that, but we'll see. Yeah, he's not a switch hitter. Cowboys, yes. Nick, take that damn shirt off.
No.
Good morning, fellas. WNBA saved me yesterday. Stayed off the Twins. And, of course, they went. A's, Angels, Rockies, Padres are my losers. Rough. Giants team total over 20.5. I don't think they get that high.
I kind of like that. No, I like that, actually. I do.
Right on. I'm scared of the A's today. Rockers, the real deal. It's the last game in Oakland, so I'm taking them regardless. CeeDee Lamb over yards. Sure. Neighbor over 71 receiving yards. Book it.
I think the Giants – if you're looking for a player prop with the Giants, I would look more towards Singletary because of the way the Cowboys have been against the run this year. Because one thing that you got to keep in mind is the Cowboys' rush defense is bad, but their secondary's been better. And asking Daniel Jones to drop back and throw against the Cowboys' defense, I think is kind of iffy. That's my only concern. But Malik Neighbors has looked awesome.
Daniel Jones over passing yards.
I think if you like that, you like the Cowboys a little bit, and you think that the Cowboys jump out early, and Daniel Jones is forced to throw the ball more.
I would go a different way, but that's just me. I'm going back to fading the public. Giants money line.
Yeah, that would be the way to go if you're fading the public. Absolutely, it is. And I kind of want to add something with the Giants. Maybe it's Giants plus the points. Maybe it's just Giants team total. But I want to add Giants some way, shape, or form in this game. I've been advocating for them here. I kind of want to pull the trigger on them.
Over. Nick likes the over. Giants have injury concerns. Secondary, bet the over. The hell with primetime unders.
Yep.
What a career from D-Rose. Dallas bounce back. Yep. Cowboys also have injuries in secondary.
Yes, they do have some injuries as well.
CeeDee Lamb, first touchdown scorer. Sure. I want the 6.5 with the Giants and like the over as well. Hopefully the lines change into my favor. Singletary and Lamb anytime touchdown. I won't say Nick copied the over. Dude, stop it.
I bet the over like 3 days ago, so.
I can't stand the boys, but I'm betting Dak 3 touchdowns, sprinkling 4.
Yeah. By the way, if you want the 6.5, it's minus 130. So that's kind of the lean right
Who
there.
needs
I
it more?
wanted to, yeah.
Cowboy. I mean, the Cowboys have a lot more going for them this year than the Giants do. Jim is a Giants hater. No, I like making money. So no, I'm not a Giants hater. How old are you?
He will never tell us.
He'll never tell you. Why are you writing your book? 99% of money on the Cowboys. I don't know where you're getting that number.
Doesn't surprise me. No, it's 88 and 90 on the money line.
There you go. He's 90 years old. Yeah, okay. You want to store it? No, I don't. Might be a rapper. Ain't no way the NFL is going to let the Cowboys not cover 3 games in a row.
There's
don't
no way.
Man, there it is. Okay. I've never been to a Diddy party. Okay. If the Cowboys win tonight, the books are going to be bankrupt. It's all right. They'll make it back this week when one of the other big teams goes out. I could have gave you an invitation. Let's focus on that. Yeah, 446 is not going to answer any questions about himself. And we've asked him to join us on the show plenty of times, and he refuses to do so. So, shake my head, laughing. The Giants do not want to be blown out like the Jaguars. I don't think they have a choice. No way the Giants cover 3 games in a row. Okay, can we not do that? Let's keep rolling, Nick.
I added the Giants +6, minus 120. So, there's that. Let's get into some baseball, though. We have the Milwaukee Brewers and the Pittsburgh Pirates, minus 120 for the Brewers, total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. Let me switch over to baseball because I was just on football. Let's switch over to baseball here for Action Network as well. As we see 59% of tickets, 89% of cash is on the Brewers. And then we have 73% of the tickets and 71% of the cash is on the over in this game here. Now that we have the markets loaded here. Line opened up at a 115. It's down to a 113 from Milwaukee. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 110. It's now 7.5 at minus 110. So move towards the under and a move towards Milwaukee in this game here. And let's take a look at the pitching matchup. Aaron Savali and Mitch Helen-Keller, the final start of good old Helen Keller here for this season. Savali, 3.08 ERA, 1.14 whip, 8.54 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%. 2.73 walks per 9, a 261 BABIP, a 4.16 FIP, and a 4.09 SIERA. On the flip side, Mitch Keller has struggled lately. 6.93 ERA, 1.78 whip, 9.49 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%. 2.92 walks per 9, a 380 BABIP, a 5.56 FIP, and a 4.18 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards Milwaukee. Hitting edge goes towards Milwaukee. 100 WRC plus, which is 16th, compared to 84, which is 24th. It's not a game I particularly have interest in. Is Aaron Savali the pitcher I trust? Not particularly. The markets are kind of pointing towards the Pittsburgh Pirates are a live dog in this game. I would probably lean Pittsburgh, and I'd probably lean under if I had to bet either, but it's no play either way.
Yeah, I did not feel the need to get to this game. Just a lot of these games this year is kind of not this year, but the last week are going to be very difficult. Did Milwaukee end up winning yesterday? No, they lost.
No,
so I think it's official that Milwaukee cannot get the 2 seed, so none of their games are going to matter.
Yep.
So there you go with that. So they are pretty much in postseason form. They are done with any stuff like that. Now, Pittsburgh's already been eliminated, so I don't feel like there's any need to go after this game. If you want to take like Savali under his outs, that could be an option, but not really anything I need to get involved with.
Fair.
Giants first half, Dallas stinks. Brews, over 8. and pass 1-800, get some help. There you go. All right, Nick, I actually feel like this is a respectable line.
Yeah, let's get into it, though. It's the final time we can say it for this season, and it's most likely the final time we're going to be able to say this with the Washington Nationals as well. It's really sad. Happy Patrick Corbin Day. Line opened up at a 175. It's a 167 now for Kansas City. Line opened up at an 8.5 even money. It's down 8.5 minus 105. So we do have a 5-cent line movement here towards the over, and we have a move towards these Natties with 87% of the tickets and 99% of the cash is on the Royals with the line moving towards the Natties. We have 47% of the tickets, 51% of the cash on the over in this game as well, with the line moving 5 cents towards it. So not really too much to do with a total in this game. We have Michael Wacha taking on Patrick Corbin. Wacha, 3.12 ERA, 1.15 whip, 9.09 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 1.56 walks per nine, a 333 BABIP, a 2.59 FIP, and a 3.74 SIERA. On the other side, we have Patrick Corbin here with a 4.24 ERA, 1.24 whip, 9.79 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%. 2.12 walks per nine, a 315 BABIP, a 3.7 FIP, and a 3.28 SIERA. I'm going to update my bullpen numbers real quick because I forgot to do that the last couple days, which they don't change too much. I just want to make sure they're all caught up to date. But the hitting edge is a pretty significant one towards the Washington Nationals. 77 WRC plus, which is 27th, but when you look at what the Kansas City Royals have done against lefties as of late, it is worse than what the low point for the White Sox was. 24 WRC plus, dead last in baseball. I see Patrick Corbin pitching well in this game. The question is, do I want to isolate this to just Patrick Corbin in the first 5 innings? Is the way I would kind of want to approach this, because the bullpen does worry me a little bit for Washington because I'm not a huge fan of the Washington bullpen. Let me see what the numbers are for it here. The bullpen edge definitely goes towards Kansas City in this game. I'm interested in the Nationals, but I'm interested in them early. I'm going to probably just move on the first 5 here. I do want to take a look at the line movement here for the first 5 with this matchup with Wacha and Corbin, which the line is moved actually pretty decently towards Kansas City for the first 5. But I understand people want to fade Patrick Corbin in the first 5. But I think that's the best spot to back Patrick Corbin in this game. I'm going to take the Nationals in the first 5 innings here.
I'm going to be on the opposite side. The last 2 days, the line for the Royals was kind of weird. It was like a pick 'em. So I felt like it was a weird line. Now I feel like they're finally getting this like a respectable line kind of deal where the books kind of knew that, well, actually they didn't know anything because Kansas City ended up winning the last 2 games. But this is going to be a team that, I mean, we're going to be rooting for Royals this weekend, but a Royals team that still needs to win games. And although they are 2 games up on the Twinkies, 2.5 games up on Seattle. If they win today, do they have the tiebreaker over the Twins?
I would have to look that up.
Because if they win today and the Twins lose, then that might be the wild card right there.
Yeah, my worry is that the Royals won't care the last 3 games.
Well, they're still fighting for playoff seeding because who would you rather play, Baltimore or Houston?
Baltimore, by a long shot.
So they want that 5 seed. But no, in all seriousness, Kansas City's also got to. If you're Kansas City, you can't afford to punt games because you need to build momentum going into the playoffs. You've got none, and if anything, that would be Kansas City would be the most worrying team going into the playoffs, just because they are 3-7 going into right now their last 10 games. That is the worst among all playoff teams, or all teams that are currently in the playoffs. They're the only ones with a losing oh no, sorry, Philly and Milwaukee both have losing records last 10, but they've already clinched, so it didn't matter. But I would be a little bit concerned if I'm Kansas City. It doesn't matter if you clinch or not. Wins are wins. You need to go after this. So I took Kansas City on the run line. Get the job done against Patrick Corbin and roll.
I want to see the Nationals win this game so it lights a fire underneath the Royals' ass when they play the Braves.
I mean, I would too, but that's
what would you rather see? A more desperate team playing the Braves, or potentially this could be the absolute worst case scenario for the Mets with the Braves right now. The Royals win today. The Twins lose today. The Royals clinch a playoff spot, pop the champagne, and are flat tomorrow in Atlanta.
If there's a game in Atlanta tomorrow.
If there is a game in Atlanta. They should just move the Braves game somewhere else if they're not going to get played.
But we'll see how that goes. I'm going to be on the Royals run line today.
Yeah.
Don't think Milwaukee will roll over for the Mets, boys. They don't want to go into the playoffs flat.
I never said they would.
But they might be sitting some players. Nats money line. Royals are still in the running against the Tigers. I like the under as well. Yeah, you got to keep in mind, the Royals are not a bunch of veterans. They're a bunch of young guys, so they're going to play hard the rest of the year. They're not going to just punt. So, Royals will roll in this game. The collapse is over. 2 gutsy back-to-back wins. Corbin was dreadful last game. This one's tricky. Corbin needs good at home. Been good at home, and can we trust the Royals bats? I don't know, but I'm gonna trust them today. Last 3, Corbin have been dreadful again. He only pitches good against Fish. Twins have the tiebreaker over Detroit and the Royals, so there you go. They have been giving the Royals minus 160 for 2 weeks straight. No, they gave them pick'em prices the last 2 games against Washington. Tigers have the tiebreaker. Heard. The only thing that makes me like the Royals is that they scored 7 runs last night. Maybe that's enough.
They scored 3 runs last night. The game stayed under.
Morning, gentlemen. And Orioles money line or reverse run line, never in doubt. Yes, that was nice last night. I'm kind of feeling the same way about the Royals game as I do with this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Detroit Tigers and the Tampa Bay Rays. The Tigers minus 155 favorites. I'm seeing even higher on Bovada here, up around 168 for Detroit in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here. And the line's moved since I've typed this game up. Actually, no, it hasn't. It's come back down. Line opened up 156, and it's right back to a 156. Taking a look at the total. Line opened up 7.5 and minus 110. It's now 7.5 minus 125. Move towards the over and no move on the side. We have 86% of the tickets and 89% of the cash is on the Tigers in this game. And we have 75% of tickets and 78% of the cash on the over in this game. The line's moving towards that over. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. Reese Olson, my pitching matchup in this game. Reese Olson will be taking on it's Tyler Alexander. Let me type up Tyler Alexander because I had undecided last night when I put my spreadsheet together. Alexander. Not Alexander's. Alexander. And Tampa Bay Rays. All right. We have Tyler Alexander, 5.88 ERA, 1.23 whip. 5.54 strikeouts per 9, which is 15%. 2.08 walks per 9, a 250 BABIP with a 6.36 FIP, and a 5.08 SIERA. On the flip side, Reese Olson, 15.43 ERA. Let me make sure that he's thrown more than like 1 outing, which I think he's thrown a couple. He's had 2 outings. He gave up 4 runs against Kansas City in 2 1/3 innings pitch, 4 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Followed that up with 1 earned run on 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and 3 innings pitch against the Baltimore Orioles. So it's mainly going to be a bullpen game. So maybe we see Herter in the mid innings. Maybe it's a Bo Brisky spot where we see him in the middle of the innings or something along those lines. I have no interest in this game whatsoever. It's a pass for me.
I grabbed the Detroit Tigers on the run line. And it's the same deal as yesterday. Yesterday, I was thinking Washington versus Kansas City, and I bet Rays versus Detroit because they're both pick'em prices. I see both of these two games the same, where they're finally giving the Tigers once again a respectable price. The Tampa Bay Rays were just eliminated from playoff contention. It's the first time the Rays will miss the playoffs since 2018. So interesting to see there. But I'm going to be on the Tigers. I got them on the run line. I got a decent price on them. It was around plus 130 something, 133. So Detroit Tigers on the run line for me.
Good luck. This slate's not very appealing, I think, at the moment.
No, it's not. Scored nicely on a Baltimore, Philly, Detroit, Minnesota parlay. There you go. Happy Corbin Day, just the usual Murphy. I must have been thinking Minnesota. I got the Tigers. An analyst I gave about the Royals. You got the Tigers? Okay. When Miami was up 3-0 in the top of the first, I honestly thought Minnesota was done. No,
I knew Miami was so bad that I grabbed plus 2.5 in money line with Minnesota. I knew they weren't going to hold that lead.
There you go. Also, cheers to the last flexing day of the year. Oh, I know where I'm going.
Would it be only fitting that the record is broken for the Chicago White Sox on Chris Flexen Day?
Although, okay, they won back-to-back Chris Flexen starts. That's crazy.
What?
Yeah. And then they lost the last one against San Diego, but they beat Boston and Oakland both on Chris Flexen Day. So now the White Sox are like 4-26 with them, or whatever it is. But we'll talk about that one in a minute. Tigers win. Already won the series bet. Easy money. This is where White Sox make history. Angels money line, small run line sprinkle. White Sox are feeling good. They are right now. And let's talk about the White Sox.
Yeah, marquee matchup of the day. LA Angels and Chicago White Sox. If this is not on your television later, I don't know what to tell you because we could be witnessing history for the attempting to do that for the third straight game now. This line opened up with the Angels as minus 116 favorites. It's now minus 120. Line opened up 7.5 minus 110. It's now 7.5 minus 119. Move towards the over. Move towards the Angels. 62% of tickets, 58% of cash is on the Angels. 78% of tickets, 85% of cash on the over in this one as well. Tyler Alexander and Chris Flexen. Honestly, I think the pitching edge goes towards Chicago in this game, and that's kind of crazy to stay with the Angels' lone all-star on the mound. 5.82 ERA, 1.75 WHIP. 8.72 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 4.98 walks per nine, a 3.13 BABIP, a 6.03 FIP, and a 4.93 SIERA. On the flip side, Chris Flexen, 3.38 ERA, 1.58 WHIP, 9.45 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 3.04 walks per nine, a 3.85 BABIP, a 3.54 FIP, and a 3.89 SIERA. Bullpen edge going towards the White Sox. Hitting edge goes towards the Angels, 99 WRC plus, which is 17th, compared to 76, which is 21st. I bet this I bet the White Sox game 1. I ended up betting the Angels game 2. I got the Angels wrong yesterday. I think I have had enough of this series. And I bet it way too much the previous series as well, where it was in Anaheim. I have no interest in this game at all. I would probably only look Angels if I had to bet a side. But I don't trust Flexen. I don't trust Anderson in this game. So it's a stay off spot for me, but I can only look Angels.
Today's the day, Nick, and I've loaded up. Give me the Angels on the run line. Chris Flexen Day. Today's the day that we finally see the record get broken. I'm actually bigger on this one. I put 2.5 on it.
Whoa!
It's the final Chris Flexen Day of the year, Nick. And it may be, and it should be, the final Chris Flexen Day we see ever. So I'm going to be jumping on that as much as I can. I think this is the perfect cycle of being able to finally shut everything down. Give me a little bit of that Angels on the run line to go with it.
All right, you son of a bitch, I'm in. I got the Angels at Angels minus 126. Can't believe I'm laying juice with the Angels on the road. What is wrong with me?
How long do you got?
Not long enough.
Okay. Do you want to go to the chat, Nick?
No.
Okay.
Where do you leave off?
Shows 11.
Yeah. White Sox playing with Mojo under 7.5. Bum fight. Yes. White Sox are determined not to break the record. Win out. Yeah, I said first, even though they are playing the Tigers. That's gonna be a fun series. This will be This, if anything, this could be the last game that the White Sox win, but I don't see it. Angels money line always fade the White Sox. Sprinkle the under if anything. White Sox are playing Detroit this weekend. They have to make history at some point, and I imagine they sweep them. Yeah, unfortunately, they won't make history at home, though, in front of all their grateful fans. The bums, two-teamer, Angels and A's. I am on the A's as well. Nah, I want Chris Flexen. He's a bum I can make money on. There you go. 2.5 units on the Angels. Get some sleep, dude.
Let's roll.
You put 2.5 on a 1-800-GAMBLER game? No, I only put 1 unit on my plays. I don't do multi-unit plays.
I've been doing that to try to dig out of my hole on CapperTek.
Mm-hmm. Son of a bitch, number 2. I'm into. What is wrong with me? Yeah. You son of a bitch. I'm into. White Sox upset. White Sox are the worst team I've ever seen. I got $5 on the Sox win tonight. Good luck. Well, let's keep it going. What a beautiful matchup we have here. Now, no, this is not the Rockies' last home game. They do bring in the Dodgers for 3 after this, which could be an interesting thing because I believe I saw they have fireworks on Friday. They have some type of giveaway on Saturday, and then they have the retirement ceremony for Charlie Blackmon on Sunday. This Rockies last weekend is going to have a good amount of fans there. Let's get into it here. We have the St. Louis Cardinals and the Colorado Rockies. Minus 125 for the Cardinals. It's now minus 117. Line opened up 10.5, minus 105. It's now 10.5 and minus 110. So we have a move towards the over, and we have a move towards these Cardinals with 77% of the tickets and 72% of the cash on them. 47% of the tickets and 58% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. And I believe we had a line move towards the over. Yeah, just a 5-cent line movement, but a line movement towards the over nevertheless. We have a pitching matchup of Kyle Gibson and Kyle Freeland. Battle of the Kyles. Gibson, 3.68 ERA, 1.23 WHIP, 6.14 strikeouts per 9, which is 16%, 3.99 walks per 9, a 2.16 BABIP, a 5.01 FIP, and a 5.26 ERA. On the flip side, Freeland, 2.95 ERA, a 1.04 WHIP, 5.4 strikeouts per 9, which is 15%. 0.98 walks per 9, a 228 BABIP, a 5.13 FIP, and a 4.59 Sierra. Bullpen edge, Cardinals. Hitting edge, Cardinals. 94 WRC plus, which is 10th, compared to 80, which is 25th. I kind of lean over the total in this game at 10.5. The market moving towards it slightly. I do project both these pitchers for some bad negative aggression when they have ERAs 2.95 and 3.68, but yet their Sierras are in the mid to high 4s and a low 5. And both their FIPs are in the 5s. I do expect both these guys to get hit. And I think that Coors Field is the perfect spot for them both to get hit in this game. And the more and more I'm talking about this game, the more and more I'm going to pull the trigger on it. Over 10.5 for me here in this game. I like this game to go over.
All right. I already bet a 1-800-GAMBLER game. I don't need to bet another one. So I'm going to be quick with this one. I'm staying off of it. No need for me to go after it.
Over 10.5, minus 120 for me.
There you go. Drew likes the under, and Calvin loves us. Thank you, Calvin. We'll all be raising glasses high when flexing day ends. I hope so. Blackman and Otani home run props all weekend. I will grab his over bases all weekend, yes. Rockies. Nick says he is not one of those guys who increases his bets to make extra money back, and here his evil twin is increasing his bets to get even with CapperTek. Well, at the same time, I'll end up losing more if I don't get them right. So, and I've only upped it. I only go in between 1.5 and 3. So it's not like I'm going 10-unit big plays like that. That's stupid. Freeland is the Rockies ace. Give me the Rockies. It would totally be funny if after the White Sox make history, they sweep the Tigers.
And knock the Tigers completely out of the playoffs.
That would be hilarious. Tuned in for driving. Yeah. I can see the White Sox taking a game against the Tigers.
I was going to say, I can see them taking a game. I don't see them winning the series. I don't see them sweeping.
Yeah.
Especially here's the spot to back the White Sox against the Tigers. If the Tigers clinch before game 162.
There you go. Army first half.
I am on the Owls. I'm on Temple. I got 14 full game though.
I got the under. What up, Earle? Thank you guys for the show. Good luck, my guys in chat. Good luck to you, Stop Geo, as well. Nick, we get to celebrate one more time in Oakland, and I got a funny picture for it. Ready? There you go.
Aw. Yeah. Let's get into it here. I did a free pick video on this game last night. I would like to start off by saying fuck you, Chris Fisher, for everything you have done for the Oakland Athletics over the years. You have neglected this team. You have neglected the stadium. You've neglected the fans, and you fucked over this franchise. You are the worst owner in sports. And yes, David Tepper's in that list. And you are the worst owner in sports. And you don't deserve to have this team go to Las Vegas. This team needs to remain in Oakland. You should have sold the team years ago. I just wanted to get that off my chest because I like the Oakland A's. I don't know why they over the last few years. I know they were terrible last year. They've made me money this year. I was telling people, and I unfortunately didn't really bet any futures preseason, but I said A's over 57 wins was one of the easier bets you could have made. And this team is now, yeah, with the win tonight, if they win tonight, it'll be their last game in Oakland, and it would put them at 69 wins for the year.
Nice.
Let's get into it here. Let's get into the actual cap itself. I just wanted to send out a little message saying, fuck you, Chris Fisher. Let's get into it. This line opened up at a pick'em, and it's had a 1 cent line movement towards the Texas Rangers. Line opened up at 8.5, down to an 8, down to a 7.5. So a full round line movement towards the under. We have 63% of tickets and 55% of the cash is on the Rangers, which I guess explains the 1 cent line movement towards them, but the public's on them. 68% of the tickets, 69% of the cash. Nice is on the over. In this game, the Lions dropped a full run. And for me, this is pretty simple. I got the Oakland A's money line, but let's get into the pitching matchup where, yes, it's Kumar Rocker. He's taking on JT Ginn, though. Ginn's been okay. 4.73 ERA, 1.39 whip, 8.1 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%. 2.03 walks per 9, a 351 BABIP, a 4.22 FIP, and a 3.89 Sierra. On the flip side, Kumar Rocker, 2.57 ERA, a 1.57 whip, 15.43 strikeouts per 9, which is 35%. 7.71 walks per 9, which is high, but he's not had that much of a sample size. 286 BABIP, a 4.6 FIP, and a 4.14 Sierra. The bullpen advantage goes towards Oakland because the Rangers bullpen is terrible. And the hitting edge goes towards Oakland, 109 WRC plus, which is 10th, compared to 103, which is 12th. I want to look up one thing I just want to look up one thing when you're breaking down the game. But I'm on the Oakland A's money line. This was a game I knew I was going to be betting for a while. I got minus 110 last night. I did a free pick video on it last night. So I am on that. I want to look up one thing real quick when you're breaking down this game.
I will say 6 security guards were chasing a man out of the stadium with a stolen seat. To that, I say, let the fan keep that seat. Anyways, give me the Oakland Athletics. Final game in Oakland. We already mentioned that one a while ago that we were going to bet them during the series, and we're sticking to our word. This is I mean, the same deal as the Arizona Coyotes. Except for Oakland had a lot more of a history. It is definitely, I mean, I feel bad for the city of Oakland in general.
Because they lost the Raiders, too.
They lost the Raiders.
And the Warriors.
Because the Warriors are now in San Francisco, not Oakland. And they never had a hockey team to begin with. But this is the Oakland city that has lost all their sports teams. And they go out with a win today. I don't care that's Kamar Rocker. I don't care about the pitching matchup. Oakland money line. Let's continue to roll.
Yeah. One thing I find kind of interesting that I wanted to look up for this, on SeatGeek, you can use the promo code ESP to save $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Tickets to this game are $104 at the cheapest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're not cheap. Final game at the Coliseum. Nope.
You're going to, that's for a ticket. For 2 tickets, that would cost you $206. But if you use the promo code ESP and it's your first time purchasing, it'd be $186. But yeah.
Laughing. Let's go Ace. Make history. Come on. Go out with a win. Yes. Also, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is a bad owner. Yes. Rooker versus Rocker. And Robert hates fun. Robert, what is wrong with you? Why do you hate everything? Are we not allowed to have nice things? My boy Dunn flashed out for a second. I kind of want to live bet this one. I want to wait till Rocker hits 70 pitches. Rangers is nasty work. Who would fade Oakland on the last game in history? I know, right? Rangers smash A's. Fans better start ripping seats out of the stadium for memorabilia. Did you see all the people staying after the game? It was emotional. Poor fans never support the team. Now cry. Oh no, they supported the team. They hate the owner.
Yeah, the owner gave him no reason to support the team. Like this team before Chris Fisher became the owner. Like the A's were a fun team. They were a team that sold out games, and they were a team that had lots of fans. And then their owner completely fucked this team.
Stealing a seat from stadium is diabolical work. No, it's not true. Oakland is sinking just like California. I'm on a security guard, Timmy, but I was not one of the 6. You are a secure. I got you. Over. I can see the over. Free on TV. There you go. One final wave.
That's why I'm rocking this today.
And reverse. A's are dead to me after they lost last night. Okay, that's fine. So if Oakland have lost all their teams, it may not be the owner.
No. Chris Fisher's a terrible owner.
No, it's definitely
the other ones were for money. This is because Chris Fisher's a terrible owner and did nothing to improve this team for years. This is an Oakland A's team where a couple of years ago their highest paid player was Trevor May. Like this team is one of the only ones that have yet to give out a $100 million contract and probably never will until they get to Vegas. Chris Fisher is the cheapest owner in baseball. They have been on the bottom of the payroll for years. No. The Raiders, I can understand them moving to Vegas. They're going to get more money that way. The Oakland Athletics, they were neglected. This team was neglected for years by their owner. The Oakland Coliseum is falling apart from the inside out. They needed a new stadium years ago. Never got it. and which is no surprise when the owner doesn't want to even spend more than, I think. I need to take a look. I want to take a look at who the highest paid player on the Oakland Athletics is, because I think this will tell you something here on because we've seen, at least with the Oakland, like the Oakland Raiders, they went out and got players and things along those lines, and things like that. Like the Oakland A's don't do that. Their entire payroll is $62 million. Their highest paid player is Seth Brown, who's making $2.6 million. They have 3 players on this team that make more than $1 million. 3!
And they didn't trade Rooker.
No.
There you go. Who's that A's pitcher when he came in, everyone was punching the air? I don't know, but I saw that video today. I'll have to find that again. Moneyball, yes. Oakland ain't profitable city no more. Too much crime. And San Jose is next. I don't see that.
No, the Shark Tank unless the Sharks continue to suck for years. Let's get into the next matchup there. The Oakland Athletics and the New York Yankees. The Oakland A's looking to break out them brooms. Looking to sweep the Yankees here, Tim. Line open up 144. It's now to a 146. Line open up 7.5 at -110. It's now an 8, -113. A 2-cent line movement towards the Yankees and a movement towards the over, which is really interesting to see this line move from 7.5 to 8 with the pitching matchup of Corbin Burns and Garrett Cole. We have 82% of the tickets and 56% of the cash is on the New York Yankees. The lines move 2 cents towards them. I don't think that's enough, really, with this market. 83% of the tickets and 87% of the cash on the over. So that, yeah. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Corbin Burns, a 2.27 ERA, a 1.12 whip, 7.07 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%, 2.27 walks per 9, a 272 BABIP, a 3.45 FIP, and a 4.19 Sierra. On the flip side, Garrett Cole, 2.97 ERA, 0.91 whip, 8.42 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 2.97 walks per 9, a 207 BABIP, a 3.25 FIP, and a 4.10 Sierra. Bullpen edge going towards the Yankees. Hitting edge goes towards the Orioles. 105 WRC plus, which is 11th, compared to 101, which is 14th. This market move makes me think that Garrett Cole can get hit a little bit tonight. Why is this line going from a 7.5 to an 8 with these 2 pitchers on the mound? I feel like that's telling us that one, if not both these pitchers are vulnerable tonight, and at some point it's going to be 4-4. I'm very interested in over the total in this game. And it's not an overly public over, 83% of tickets, 87% of the cash, but at least it's moved from a 7.5 to an 8. I think this is telling us that we see an over in this one.
So you would lean Baltimore, though?
I would lean Baltimore.
Well, we could double up on the game. I'm going to go after just Baltimore, but I'll put both up on the site for you. I'm going to continue to back the Orioles every day. Now, I'm not sure when it comes to playoffs because this is a regular season project, but it's been a very profitable, very successful thing. It's going to be, and I'm very happy that I was able to do it. So it was definitely a interesting project to do throughout the year, and I got 4 more games to do it.
Yeah. I'm also interested in this Orioles team total over because I do think the Orioles can complete the sweep here. 3.5 -115. Like, I get it. It's Garrett Cole. By the way, I moved on the over 8 -110. So the ultimate question is, do I really want to double up on an over with these 2 pitchers? And the answer is probably no. But when we look at Garrett Cole, I mean, he hasn't been the greatest as of late. And I think if there's a spot to fade him, it's right. It's this game. You see what he did last game?
Didn't he have a really good game?
He had a complete game. He threw 99 pitches, gave up 1 earned run, 2 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts in Oakland. I would like to fade Garrett Cole after that. And I'm going to double down on this game actually now. Now talking about a little bit more. I'm going to be on the Oakland A's team, or Oakland A's. The Baltimore Orioles team total over 3.5 minus 115 as well.
There you go. San Fran's like 20 minutes away. That's fair. So it's San Fran's not Oakland. So who is the best A's player of all time? Ricky, Dave Stewart, McGuire. I mean, any of those will work. Under. Congrats to Earle winning the East. O's deserved it. Man, I can't really tell. Are you actually that dumb, or because I thought you were a genius. Last time I checked, hold on, Nick. Last time I checked, the Yankees are 92-66. The Orioles are 88-70. So that means the Yankees are 4 games ahead of them with 4 games to go. So the Orioles would have to go win today and then go and sweep Minnesota. On the flip side, the Yankees would have to lose today and get swept at home by Pittsburgh. No, the Yankees are going to win the division. It's just a matter of when. So, no, the O's did not win the division. Nice try, though, because I know you'll end up celebrating when they actually do win. Maybe the owner is bad, but it has to be a bigger problem in Oakland. That's common sense. The last 3 teams, not just one. Yeah. Cespedes was a good one. The Yankees made the books rich last night. Stroman just lost a chance to pitch in the postseason. Just clicking. There we go. Under, I can see it. Yeah, there you go. Baltimore. Burns has been messed since the All-Star break. I think he's battling something. Could be. Cespedes over Ricky Henderson? No. Canseco? Line moving because Burns has been losing games. Yanks, I was on them yesterday and failed. And I know it's going to be backing them here. I'm just saying Cespedes for fun. I don't know shit about the A's. Fair.
Cespedes, okay. I just looked it up, by the way. Cespedes signed a contract with the Oakland A's for 4 years, $36 million. I think that was one of the most richest contracts in Oakland A's history. $9 million a year.
Markel, just bet the Yankees again. Since Cole got embarrassed with the Devers' intentional walk, he came out smoking. Cole dominates the Yankees win. Then why are you saying the Orioles won the division if you think the Yankees win today? Fingers. That's right. 5-2 Yanks. You guys are clueless when it comes to Yankees. I mean, I'm just betting my system. So, why did San Jose get an NHL team? Why did San Jose get an NHL team? And San Jose did. Almost English. Try again.
Yeah.
May stay off the entire series has been wrong. Oh, you mean the Orioles didn't win the East? No, they did not. It's a shame the wrong New York team is winning their division. Okay. Stroman was never pitching in the playoffs, and he's singing well. I think we got 2 games left. I'll be on both.
Jeez, I'm on way too much today for this slate. Well, let's get into it. The Minnesota Twins and the Miami Marlins. Maybe the Twins found something last night. It is Valente Beloso taking on David Festa. Line open up at a 230. It's now 238. So we've got 8-cent line movement towards the Twins here. Line opened up 8.5 minus 125. It's down 8.5 minus 117. So move towards the under here as well. 92% tickets, 95% of the cash is on these Twins. 74% of tickets, 72% of the cash is on the over in this game here. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. David Festa versus Valente Beloso. I think Beloso is bad. I think he's somebody where fading him will be very profitable. 5.28 ERA, 1.57 whip, 4.4 strikeouts per 9, which is 11%, 3.52 walks per 9, a 243 BABIP, but 8.13 FIP, and a 5.88 SIERA. On the flip side, David Festa, 4.61 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, 10.87 strikeouts per nine, which is 29%, 4.28 walks per nine, a 288 BABIP, a 3.24 FIP, and a 3.82 SIERA. Bullpen edge, Minnesota. Hitting edge, Miami, 119 WRC plus, which is 5th, compared to 75, which is 28th. Once again, I'll be back on the Twins here. And I'm not a fan of Valente Beloza, though. Like, that's just a pitcher that I think is very, very fadeable. And for me here, it's just pretty simple here. Twins run line -115.
Yep, Marlins fade. Not going to dive deeply into this game because I know I have to leave in a couple minutes. So, Twins run line. So I'm going to run with that.
Yep.
I don't know why San Fran didn't get a hockey game. You know, Nathan.
They had the Seals, I believe, which was
Festa bad. Marlins are still hitting balls. There's value in the Marlins team total over.
That would be the only way I'd look at the Marlins.
Yurfie and the Twins. I have my entire bankroll on the Twins to win the series. Stop the fish fade. Better not work today. Then don't jinx them. Final game of the day, Nick.
Yeah, the LA Dodgers and the San Diego Padres. I was wrong on this one last night. The Dodgers squeaked out the win. It happens. It was a playoff-style atmosphere, and they just came up short. Let's take a look here. -115 for the Dodgers, total of 8.5 in this game. We have Musgrove and Buehler, your pitching matchup here. Line open up 128, down to a 109. Line opened up in an 8.5 even money. It's down 8.5 -105. So a move towards the over and a move towards these Padres, suggesting that Buehler gets hit here. 76% of tickets, 79% of the cash is on the over. 78% of tickets, 91% of the cash on the Dodgers, and the line's moving towards these Padres. Joe Musgrove, a 2.29 ERA, 0.85 WHIP, 11.21 strikeouts per nine, which is 32%. 1.02 walks per nine, a 271 BABIP, a 2.21 FIP, and a 2.60 SIERA. On the flip side, Buehler, 4.35 ERA, 1.50 WHIP, 8.27 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 3.92 walks per nine, a 300 BABIP, a 5.3 FIP, and a 4.60 SIERA. Bullpen edge, Padres. Hitting edge, slight edge towards these Dodgers, who are third in baseball against righties, 126 WRC plus. The Padres, 119, which is 6th. I'm kind of leaning towards a Padre team total over here as well, but it's Padres at -103 for me on the money line. And I'm kind of tempted. Maybe I'll see how my day is going. If it's going well, maybe I might add the team total over before this game starts, which that team total, I believe, will be a 4.5 at plus money. 4.5 +110 would be my lean for that as well. So I lean Padres team total over here as well. I'm not a fan of Buehler at all.
Yeah, I did a free pick video for picks and parlays last night for this one. I grabbed the Padres. Musgrove is starting to look like shiny ear Musgrove. And Walker Buehler is awful. The problem with and here's the thing. You look at the MLB playoffs and everything, what's going to go down. Personally, if the Mets say if the Mets get the 6th seed, I would love for the Dodgers to be the 2 seed because I would want to play the Dodgers in the playoffs over the Phillies.
Yeah,
because the Dodgers have no rotation. If Walker Buehler,
I think there's arguments on both sides with that. Is I would rather play the Dodgers rotation, but the familiarity with the Philadelphia Phillies, I think, is a benefit to the underdog. And we've seen that the last few years when divisional teams play and the divisional winner plays a wild card team from their own division, generally the division winner struggles. So, I mean, we've seen that back-to-back years with the Phillies, with the beating the Braves. We've seen that with other teams like just ask the Dodgers how important is winning the division. It's not at all. They've lost back-to-back years to the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Diego Padres. So maybe it's better off for the Padres not to win the division and then face the Dodgers in the CS or whatever, or the DS, and beat them again. So,
but I'm on the Padres today. That rotation's scary. Valencia, Bozo. The Twins don't have the pitching or bats that can be competitive. They don't need to make the wild card. They most likely won't make the wild card, which is just hilarious to see them collapse. Run it back with the Padres. Nick admitting he was wrong. In Bust We Trust. Padres money line. Tatis hammered that ball. Yeah, I saw that one last night. Padres money line is the play with the ear fee. If Nick admits he doesn't that mean 446 is wrong too? LOL. After Nick only copies 44. Okay. Leaning over. Padres first to score. Padres run line. Padres. Mookie hit 5 pop-ups last night in runners in score position. Nice to see Freeman and Luck start to hit. Mookie and Muncy need to wake up. Here's my CapperTek. We'll talk about that in a minute. Do you know since Ariz arrived in the Padres over 26, the Padres are 26 games over before he was 500. He is the difference maker, Earle. Did you know that Luis Ariz is going to be the first player ever to win 3 straight batting titles for 3 different teams? Minnesota, Miami, and now San Diego. You know why this never happens? Because normally teams don't trade their batting champion.
It just shows how important he is, right? How much of those teams won with him, though?
Minnesota didn't do shit. Miami all of them made the playoffs.
But they didn't do anything in the playoffs.
I feel like 90% of Dodger games are year fees. Braves versus Mets, rained out. Give me Tatis to hit a home run and the Padres money line. The guy has hit 115 hits in the last 114 games with 17 strikeouts.
Cool.
He's striking out like twice.
And here's the thing. Luis Ariz is someone I want in my leadoff spot.
Yep.
Do I need 9 Luis Arizes in my lineup?
No.
I need people.
Although that would be really annoying.
That'd be really annoying to face, but you wouldn't win many games.
Who are the Leafs of the
Dodgers?
MLB? Who?
The Dodgers.
I can see that.
The overrated,
the average guy is the
team
difference
that chokes
maker,
in the
not the
playoffs
home
every
run
year.
Okay. But that is everything for today. We'll be back again tomorrow. We'll have some more MLB to break down. Final weekend of the year. Till next time. For today, Nick, let's go Athletics.
Yes.